everybody, it's Lori and welcome to my shade garden. We are still in winter, but it's just a few weeks from when spring should really start to come to life. And what I wanted to do today was work on this table that I have out in my shade garden. Now it is really sunny today. It hasn't hit this area yet. You may see some filtered sunlight, but it's still a little crisp and cold. So you may see my nose get a little red today. But I did want to go ahead and get this job done today. I was really excited about it. So I have a ton of items on my table. I just got this container actually on Pottery Barn and it was on sale. It is a concrete bowl. It is okay for the cold weather and it's got a footed base, which I love. So this was going to be the centerpiece of my table, and I'll probably keep this here throughout all the seasons. And then I've got a variety of items. Now I have this really old, it's an old type, it's like a grapevine, kind of more, it's got the branching versus the tight grapevine. And I thought I might place it on top, kind of to make it almost like a bird's nest, something for spring. And so I thought that might be kind of fun and just to make this table even larger. Now, until late spring, summer, I don't typically use this table a lot. I may do a spring party out here, but for right now, this size will be fine. The other elements I have are some more terracotta containers. I have a variety. I'm not sure yet which ones I'm going to use, so we'll just see as I go. But I have some more small grapevine wreaths, and I thought these would be so sweet with little daffodils and other spring bulbs coming out of them. So that's what I'm going to work on today. I'm not sure that I'm going to use all of these containers. We're just going to play around with it, see how we can create this general tablescape. But I think to get started, I need to go grab some soil. Let me tell you what we're going to plant inside. So I have been growing some daffodils out in a section of the garden where I knew I could dig them up later. Now this is something you could do in a container as well. You can plant spring bulbs almost like in a crate, and then you can use them later on. So I've got a variety that I went ahead and dug up today where they've already started sprouting. So we're just gonna fill our containers with all these gorgeous bulbs, and probably in the next really less than probably 3 weeks, we'll probably start getting some really nice growth and even some blooms. So let me grab some fresh soil, and then we're just going to get started pulling this together. So in the springtime, we get lots of wind. So it doesn't surprise me that it's windy today. What I'm probably going to do is just work on this arrangement and then I'll walk you through it. We'll see how the microphone goes. All right, so I'm just going to top this off. I'd already added some soil that I had, but I'm just going to add some more. And let me take this off while we're working on it. I want to fill this all the way to the top. And I got a little extra, so we will just put it right in here. This soil is so fluffy and fresh. It feels great. Yeah, I want to fill this all the way because we are going to completely plant it. So there's our container. Just bring that back down. I've got it sitting on a rock. I want to get a stand for it. I wanted it to be a little bit elevated. So we'll just stick with this. So let's get our first container planted up. And then we'll see how many we have left. So again, I'm just going to use these little daffodils and I'm just going to come in and tuck them back into the ground. So they've already been in soil. They are used to this cold weather and they're just ready to get back in a nice nest of dirt. So let's get started with that. Okay, so these little spring bulbs, they've still got dirt from the ground. And again, I'm just gonna place them right inside. I've got tons of them, all different shapes. These are all nestled in together. I'm just going to leave them like that. They've got great roots. And we're supposed to get rain coming up, so I won't even have to water these today.
The daffodils planted, I'm going to enclose them, nestle them in with some live moss. So you can get live moss at any craft store, you can order it online, and I'm just adding it to kind of nestle them in for a beautiful spring look, kind of to give that bird's nest look, but it'll also provide them a little warmth considering we are getting very cold this coming week. So I just want to do that. Now I am soaking the live moss just to kind of bring it to life and give it some moisture. It will continue to get moisture as we get some rain coming up, or maybe even some snow. So the difference in live moss is the other moss sometimes is painted, like you'll see it's bright green or it's colors, and the bag will tell you. So you just want to consider that. I think the live moss works a lot better, and you can even reuse it. Sheds, and this lantern, it definitely needs a paint job. This used to have glass. This is one from, I think it was IKEA. I have had it forever. The glass broke, but I decided it is so cute with a container in it. I did this last spring. I had a little geranium growing, and it was just so fun. So I thought it would be nice to bring back to this tablescape. I also had a little bit of ivy that's in a container back behind where I'm working. And so I thought that may freshen up and be really sweet tucked in. Now I'm going to just continue to add some of these daffodils. This one is really curved. It was growing strange. So I think it's going to come out and will kind of branch outside the lantern. At least that's what I'm hoping it's going to do. So we're just going to get this one tucked in. So it's funny, I thought I had stuck this one in to see how it would fit earlier, but now of course maybe I had a different container, but we're just going to use a little brute force and pop it in. It will be just fine. The metal on this stand absolutely is a little bit flexible. So I think this one looks really sweet. Now it's a little taller in person than it looks on the screen, so the daffodils are going to have plenty of room. And remember, the ones I planted are curved outward, so I think it's going to be beautiful. Now I'm just going to continue to pot up the daffodils in a variety of terracotta pots, continue to add the moss and sweet little small 8-inch grapevine wreaths. I will put a link to these small wreaths on my description of the video. I did get those on Amazon. They were very inexpensive, and they're actually real grapevine. If you haven't looked for grapevine wreaths lately, they are very expensive. So I did find a vendor on Etsy for the larger ones, and I'll include that link as well. idea to stake the little grapevine wreaths onto the container. So I'm using these brass plant label tags that I actually had over in my potting shed area. So I think they're going to work perfect. They're really holding the grapevine in place, and we'll see how they work after our upcoming windstorms. I'll definitely check on them and let you know in my reels how they held up.
So this turned out so pretty. I am just so excited with this beautiful spring display. I'll probably even maybe pop some pansies in. I'm growing some viola seeds, and they're going to be in these antique blush colors. I think a pop of those will be really beautiful. I love this setup, and I think this is something that I can continue all the way through until summertime. So it was really fun. I turned off my microphone for a while because the wind was really whipping around. But I hope that you got some inspiration and some ideas for your own garden. And I just love the idea of combining things that I already had. I had these wreaths, I had the moss, the containers, this old lantern, all these terracotta, and even this little block of wood. And I just really wanted to layer this area and just make it really full of containers and just beautiful things for spring. So as I get those violas up, they are just little baby seeds right now. I may even pop some of those out here in containers. So this area will definitely continue to evolve, and I will take you along as soon as these begin to bloom. So thank you so much for watching today and for supporting my channel. Please click like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.